We just got done watching the Star Wars
we just got done watching fucking Starwars.
Yeah. So that's why Star Killer's on the...
Yeah, that's why Star Killer's on here, because we're going to talk about Star Wars.
Yep. And we're totally not going to get off track.
Totally.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's start with the movie we just watched, Star Wars, Episode 3.
Yeah, Episode 3. And the only reason, two idiots that are watching Star Wars again are not because we miss them, but we do. Yeah. Also because my girlfriend is surprisingly never watched it, so now we're watching it, and then she complains.
We're watching Star Wars, and we just see her on her fucking phone,
yep.
Like, just perusing.
That's how it normally is, because unless she watches a video on her phone, she's going to be on her phone, which is why I get pissed off at her. But that's besides the point.
So So I'm sorry again when we were watching the movie, because it was very casual.
We're a bunch of nerds.
It was very casual, and we're me and him are just straight up nerds. And here I am, running on 3 hours of sleep because I work overnights, and he decided to pick me up at 10 in the morning.
You could have told me no.
Anyway, here I am, tired as all hell, and I'm just looking at him as we're watching Star Wars, and I'm just telling him a bunch of fun little facts about, like, the movie and what's going on. Like, how in the opening scene, literally...
In the opening scene, it was, like, all CGI a long part of that battle. And
it's literally this giant one-take of, like, all this shit happening in hyper detail. And it's, like, giant... It's all CGI, all computer-rendered. And to think mind you, this was a movie made back in 2005.
Yeah, it's very old.
It's a very old movie.
It's almost 20 years old.
Almost. But... to think the amount of processing power it would have took for a movie that old.
Yeah. Like, now we have a lot of processing power, like...
You can shit oneers out like that for fucking B movies.
Yeah.
You wouldn't look as good, but you would still do that.
Yeah, you could do that, like, within an afternoon.
Yeah. But another thing I really liked about that scene was, like I told you, they threw everything in that scene, including the kitchen sink.
Yep, because one of the shots...
Because, yeah, one of the... in the oneer, it pays attention for not too long, but it pays attention to a torpedo, or space torpedo, whatever the fuck, hitting a Venator and doing, like, a little whistle. And it pays attention to that. That was a kitchen sink.
Yep.
Yeah, just fucking...
Don't know why, but it just was.
They're just like, yeah, fuck it. It's put some light shit over it. No one will notice.
We still noticed. We still noticed.
I didn't see the opening scene with you guys, but I do remember how satisfying a part of the scene was when the droids were like doing the fucking artillery to hit the other ship, and you just hear the fucking shells just eject. Just, boom,
yeah. Yeah. See, hearing, like, you really think, like, some of the Star Wars movies were made, like, within the last 10 years, and it's like, because of the
nailed the fucking sound design.
Yeah,
they nailed the sound design. They nailed some of the visuals, which that's something I noticed comparing old Star Wars to new.
Yeah. New
Star Wars won't ever feel like the old movies, because something that the old movies nailed about Star Wars was the sounds. Like, there are just some sounds that are just, like, you hear them and your brain just thinks fucking Star Wars.
Yeah. Like the whole thing with getting pressurized suits.
Oh my! Pressurizing the canopy, like when Obi-Wan goes into Grievous's ship, the little cockpit slides in and like closes.
And there's a compression sound.
And there's a sound of the actual like canopy getting pressurized, and it's like this fucking a really high pitched. And it was such a good sound. They used it twice. They used it for that ship, and they used it for when
Anakin.
They used it for when Vader's helmet was closing. I'm just like, oh!
They've used it like more than that, but it's so like it's really minute in other things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of like him stealing Grievous's ship, I love it. It's like Obi-Wan Kenobi, master tactician, fighting a cyborg. Yeah, let me try to leg sweep it and break my ankle.
He didn't break it.
He basically
He
did.
he almost did.
Yeah.
He just decided, oh yeah, this is gonna work, right?
Oh man, but yeah, that was a very good movie. Obviously, it's gonna be good. We're Star Wars nerds, but like a lot of it.
You're never gonna remember that my seat rocks back that far.
We decided to switch chairs for a podcast because I wanted to feel special for once. Anyway, I wanted to feel like the guy in the chair, but God.
All right, so you're gonna edit the video this time?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
You're the man in the chair. Come on.
Fuck that. No. But
all right, fine. I'll edit it.
But fucking God, there's so much to unpack about that movie, and
there's
like,
a lot of little things that like you'll like quickly glance over about the movie that like if you don't know it,
like the fucking like in the Utapau. No, it wasn't the Utapau battle. It was the Utapau.
Yeah,
battle.
it was.
It was the Utapau battle, and you just like you see the scene. Everyone knows the scene of like
Order 66.
the one clone trooper that just says fuck it, rushes a crab droid, gets on top of it, and just starts laying into it. In around that scene, in the background, you see a fucking clone trooper fist fighting a battle droid.
Yeah, I think it's like the back left corner.
Yeah, and he's like fucking fist fighting a battle droid, like just fisticuffs, and it's like, of course, in Star Wars, this would be a thing.
Mm-hmm. Also, other things when once it gets to that point where execute Order 66.
Oh yeah, I love how
see all the different.
You know, I love how unnecessarily violent some of them were. Like, oh yeah, Commander Cody just gets told like execute Order 66. Okay, just fucking aims a howitzer at fucking Obi-Wan. Yeah, just like have fun blocking this asshole. Like.
Parry this, you filthy
this, you fucking space wizard. Oh god.
That and like some of the other ones like.
I mean, some of the other ones.
Well, before that, it's like that Mace Windu dying.
Yeah, one of the facts I had was like, with Aayla Secura was the 327th, because this was before inhibitor chips were a thing. Clones were actually indoctrinated. Who'd have thought? Instead of just being used as battle droids with inhibitor chips, they're just like, oh no, you are going to be trained to be loyal to this fucking guy. Mm-hmm. Just points at Palpatine. But the 327th, like, Aayla Secura actually treated them really well and, like, you know, stuff like that. And they were so like, oh, let's just make this as quick as possible.
Yeah, so they
fucking laid into her. They just no full auto in the building. That's the full auto this is, and they're just fucking shooting Aayla Secura.
Yeah, because, you know, you treat clones really well, even though they've always gotten told, oh yeah, follow Palpatine. It's just like,
I mean, I
don't want her to suffer. She fucking was treating us real nice.
She was really fucking cool. Oh, and then really good opposite was Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Yeah.
The guy who died on Megiddo.
Yeah.
He was not as good to the clones. He was literally just like, he only viewed them as like military. He was very cold. You know, he really didn't mourn military losses and stuff like that. He was just a very cold individual, and that led to a lot of his clone troopers, including Bakara, just fucking resenting him and hating him. So the moment Order 66 happened, they're just like, oh fuck yeah!
Like they were waiting. It's like, we're waiting for the day we get a message saying execute Order 66, and it's just like, all right, boys. Line it up!
Fucking Freebird starts playing.
That'd be funny. Just
oh god! That. But going more on about like Order 66, it's just Christ.
I love like the tension between Padme and Anakin, where it's like, oh, execute Order 66. Obi-Wan tells her what that means.
Anakin killed younglings.
Well, no, not even that. Like beforehand, it's like, oh yeah, all the Jedis are going to be killed by.
All the Jedi have been killed, basically.
Yeah. Anakin says that, and then she's like, "Oh shit, are they coming after you?" Not knowing he's half the reason why it got started.
Yeah. It was fucking.
Yeah, it's nuts.
God, it really is fucking nuts. Just again, the biggest part about it, which is the sacking of the Jedi Temple.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about it, this was a like government sanctioned and enforced. At least in that universe, it was a government sanctioned and enforced
school shooting.
Yeah, I was like, the more I thought about it, I was like, ooh, God.
The government telling you, hey, go shoot up the school because
because it's filled with a bunch of space wizard monks that are like
going to overthrow
the government, and it's just like you're just a clone trooper, like, all right.
I mean, we've been told to follow you our entire lives, so you've never let us down yet. Even though we had to follow the Jedi for a while, and what the fuck took you so long to do this? But,
also, I've been saying this for a while. For a while now. Just a bunch of like, literally as we're watching the movie, I'll just look over to the both of them and be like, hey, fun fact. Also, another fun fact about the 501st is that in Legends, at least in Legends, they had a title.
Yes.
Post Order 66, they were known as Vader's Fist.
Uh-huh.
And I think that is just such a great name for the 501st.
Yeah, because they were essentially like
Vader's
SEAL
Fist.
Team 6.
Yeah, they were Vader's Fist. They were the fuckers you sent in
First.
Yeah, exactly.
They were the people.
If you wanted this shit done yesterday, those were the people you sent.
Yeah, because they were the most highly trained. They had the best shit.
They had the most combat experience because literally they were
Anakin's. I love that like Vader's Fist was made before Vader was even a thing.
Oh no, it was made while Vader was a thing. Literally, I love it. The Siege of Naboo, which is only canon in Legends and in the in the video game. The Siege of Naboo, the Queen was like, okay, fuck the Empire. She starts harboring Jedi and starts making like a rebellion. And the Empire just looks at this, just goes, fuck this, sends in the 501st and Vader, and they fucking shit stomp them. They destroy the Jedi, they kill the Queen, and that's when the 501st actually gains the moniker of like,
this is
Vader's Fist.
Yeah. That's when they get their title.
Yeah, after shit stomping.
After literally going, oh, we're gonna send these guys with Vader, they'll do fine, right? And they overperformed.
They didn't just they didn't just perform at expectation. These fuckers were like,
these guys are like SEAL Team 6. They went in, they're like, alright, we're gonna make sure Vader has the easiest fucking job of his life.
Yeah, no, Vader barely had to fucking move.
I think he might have lifted.
He maybe killed one Jedi, maybe a couple troops. Just fucking goddamn.
It's nuts. But that's what you want.
That's what you get from the 501st, from Vader's Fist.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh man, but that's Star Wars in general. It's just badassery.
It really is.
Okay. You made noise. Anyway, but the Battlefront 2 game, the 2005 one was.
Both of the Battlefield games were.
Battlefront.
Yeah, both of the Battlefront games. There was two.
Yeah, there was Battlefront 1 2000 something, and then there was Battlefront 2 2005. Yeah, and then there are the ones made by EA, which are serviceable at best.
Which are money holes.
Yeah. Anyway, but the 2005 Battlefront was so fucking good because it actually had a campaign, which was essentially just a old war veteran of the 501st just recounting his war stories. And it's just this goes from Geonosis to Hoth.
Yeah.
To Empire Strikes Back. So this guy is this fucker's been around. He is
he's been around and he hasn't kicked the bucket yet.
Yeah, and you want to know how wild this was? Okay. Starts off clones versus droids. Clone Wars, you understand that. Then the Empire takes over. And then it's Stormtroopers versus droids, which are actually just the 501st Stormtrooper armor.
Yeah.
Right? Then it's Stormtroopers versus clones. And it's just like, it just gets more and more, like, ridiculous.
It really does.
But Star Wars games, especially the Legends Star Wars games, will always be absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the fucker that we see before us right now is from The Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Which was...
Okay. Going into The Force Unleashed and going into, like, that game, not knowing who you're fighting or who you're going up against, he's a fucking menace.
Oh, yeah, no. Starkiller.
He is a menace.
Starkiller. He is the...
I remember playing it knowing, like, as much as I do about Star Wars, where it's like, oh, okay, I see a man named fucking or, like, Starkiller, or, like, anything with, like, a name that sounds like a Sith, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be...
Oh, it's Vader's apprentice. He's probably not that powerful.
Yeah, like, blowing you away every time you get close to him. Like, this is nuts.
It's like, that's not even his final form. He's the fucking... And
yeah,
it's I just love how much it's memed, because this isn't just his only like suit or his only like appearance. He has a bunch of different awesome looking suits that the community has legitimately called him the Drip Lord.
He has so many suits. Like, he has fucking 6 other lightsabers?
Oh yeah, no. So this guy that we see before us now is Darth Starkiller.
Yeah.
Which is essentially what happened was, you played through The Force Unleashed, and it did this thing that I wish more games did nowadays. That actually was, it had the pick your own ending, which was like good guy ending versus bad guy ending. You pick the good guy ending, Starkiller sacrifices himself, yada yada yada. You pick the bad ending, he basically says, "Fuck this, I'm killing Vader." He fucking murks Vader. Tries killing Palpatine. Palpatine says, "No, you," and basically crushes him with his own starship, the Rogue Shadow, and then rebuilds him into the Sith Stalker. And canonically, he spends his entire career under Palpatine not as his apprentice, as his weapon. Palpatine didn't consider him his apprentice. He's like, you're going to serve me until I find a new apprentice, and then, like Vader, you'll be cast aside. And he made damn sure that there would be no one alive that could surpass him as Palpatine's apprentice. Either he made damn sure it's like that he was better than everyone.
Yeah, because he didn't like the fact that he couldn't kill Palpatine.
And eventually, Hoth, the Hoth mission, because there was 2 missions, right? It was the mission on Tatooine where you look for the droids and you kill Obi-Wan and then kill his Force Ghost. Yes, this is Starkiller. Then you do the Empire Strikes Back battle on Hoth and you beat the shit out of Luke.
Yeah. And
instead of just fucking murking him, he does what Vader couldn't.
And kills
him. He makes him his apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
So, and eventually he takes that apprentice, uses it against Palpatine, kills Palpatine, all that fun stuff. And he does... I mean, just look at this fucking guy. This is what Darth Starkiller looks like. I mean, minus the woke red eyes, but I just thought that looked cool. Like... He mastered the form that takes completely giving yourself to the dark side to master. He mastered that. His force powers are still like ridiculous despite being essentially just Vader but better. Cuz when Palpatine like did his thing, it's like, "Oh yeah, no. Palpatine with Vader, he gave Vader some drawbacks. With Darth Starkiller, there's no drawbacks. He is still able to use Force Lightning. He's still able to move like a goddamn demon. It's just great. Yeah. And you've played The Force Unleashed as well. You know, like, this game... Oh, shit.
Yeah, thinking, he's fully succumbed to the dark side. He's going to be really slow. He's going to be easy to fight.
Be Vader.
Yeah, he's going to be Vader, but, like, with... a little bit better armor. No.
No. He
That
is
is not
still,
how that works.
No, he is basically just... he's a fucking demon.
Yeah, he's a menace. He is what you would bring to he is what you would bring to a party where you hated everybody.
This is like kill them all.
Do it.
Oh,
in style.
No, because and it wasn't even like in the game. The abilities you had, like you had force push, you had force lightning because you're the apprentice of Darth Vader. Then they gave you saber throw, and it's like, oh, you can lift people. And if you get it right, it does like the fucking barrel of monkeys trick. This was actually a thing where like stormtroopers like grab onto each other while one's like trying to pull him down from getting lifted by the force, and he's getting pulled up. It was great. You could like lift a stormtrooper up, impale him with your lightsaber, then shock him, and apparently shocking him turns him into an explosive device that you could just throw at people. And that was just the first game. The second one was essentially just God of War, but Star Wars.
Yeah, it really was. It was essentially just going, oh yeah, God of War. That's really fun, right? Let's make it Star Wars.
Yeah, so that's effectively what Force Unleashed 2 was. And it got to a point where you were so powerful, like your Force Repulse, it was disintegrating people. And in the book, it didn't disintegrate people. The thing is, they made it disintegrate people just so they can keep the T rating. In the book, they explode.
Yeah.
Like, they turn into a nice, blood
goop,
mist. Yeah. They turn into goop, basically.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you ever wanted to see gelatinous cubes everywhere?
Like, have you ever seen The Boys?
Yeah.
You know, like, a lot of times people will just flat out explode in The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
But, like, en masse to a bunch of stormtroopers.
It's nuts. Yeah. It is definitely something where it's like, oh yeah, you wanna see what it would be if it was an M-rated game? Yeah.
Ooh. I still love how in The Force Unleashed 2, and this is a nice little tidbit about Boba Fett as well. When Boba was hired, he was literally hired by Vader to go track down Starkiller and bringing Starkiller, or lure Starkiller back to Vader. It's like, oh, great, easy. Then you realize what Starkiller is, and he's just like, all right, I'm going to take my payment up front. He has never, in his entire bounty hunter career, ever done that. Because typically, he takes his payment after the bounty's done.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'll fucking get it done. I'm the best bounty hunter in the fucking galaxy. He's like, he has the chops. He's like, I'll get this guy in, then you'll pay me, right? But this was a bounty that he was legitimately like, I don't know if I can come back from this. This one might actually fucking kill me.
This one might be the one.
Yeah, this one might be the one. So he's just like, I'm going to take my payment up front.
Darth Vader just looking at it.
It's like, oh, shit.
Oh, it's that bad?
It's fucking Vader knows
I know, but
bad.
it's like Vader going, yeah, I shouldn't question him.
Yeah, I shouldn't fucking question this. It's some different shit when even Starkiller is scaring Boba Fett, like the most most renowned bounty hunter, the most stone-faced motherfucker imaginable.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely something where it's like, oh yeah, can you go track down this guy?
He also says like, I'm also gonna need a squad of stormtroopers.
They won't be coming back.
I love it. It's so great because he's just like, I'm gonna need some help. Give me some of your stormtroopers. By the way, they're not coming back.
Oh yeah, by the way, Vader didn't just give him stormtroopers. He gave him like essentially a miniature army of terror troopers, which imagine Sith Stalker, but just like not force sensitive, just stormtroopers. They're basically just hyper experimented on.
Yeah.
He gave him those guys. He gave him like these little fucking crab spider droids that fucking kill people. And he gave him like this giant mecha crab droid to go fight Starkiller.
I can just imagine it if Vader wanted like...
He supplied him with like a miniature fucking army to take against Starkiller, and Starkiller just cleaved through all of them.
It was nuts.
This was a guy who used a ship, not just a ship, a cruiser, as a battering ram
to stop him.
This Starkiller used the Salvation, which was this rebel cruiser. He literally used it because Kamino had anti-air cannons.
Yes.
So no one could really land. He's like, fucking K. Well, I'm sure those anti-air cannons can't do anything to stop a cruiser. And they're like, Koda looks at him, screams on the intercom, abandon ship, abandon ship. Because, like, a direct hit from a cruiser, he just fucking uses the cruiser as a battering ram, crashes it into one of the Kamino towers.
It's fucking nuts. Like, this
nuts.
guy, like, imagine, like, actually giving, like, he's fucking dumb. Like, you could put Starkiller pretty much against anything, and he'd just be like, yeah.
I mean, that was Legends, effectively. You could put any, like, Legends Star Wars Force user against, like,
anything.
Fucking, like, this is getting to the level of DC bullshittery.
Yeah, it really is. It's like, yeah. Cool.
But Batman with prep time.
Yeah. Honestly, that always is the conversation. I'm just like,
man.
oh yeah, Legends, we have these super overpowered people. Batman with prep time.
Oh, man.
Super overpowered people.
But Batman.
The Batman who laughs with prep time.
Yeah. But,
just like, it's so dumb.
like, I still love in The Force Unleashed 2, because I remember telling you about this. I was playing The Force Unleashed 2 that one night, and I was on Kamino, and it was like, oh yeah, it's teach me how to use all the abilities. Oh, new ability, Mind Trick. Uses Mind Trick on the example Stormtrooper, right? It's like, because they always give you, like, an enemy to, use your ability on for the first time. So you use Mind Trick on the Trooper. He immediately commits suicide. Because there's no one around for him to shoot. So he literally is just, like, jumps out the window to his death. And I'm just sitting like, what the fuck? The first time I played that game, I was just like, what?
Yeah. It's funny because it's like Mind Trick. Kill anybody that's near you besides myself. Well, there's no one here.
Oh no, I love it. Again, The Force Unleashed 2 was so dumb. You legitimately did not have to fight.
Yeah, I know.
You could literally just mind trick everyone into fighting each other, and it'll come to a point where they get so confused they just explode. I don't know. It's so stupid.
What the fuck? It's so dumb.
You could literally play through the majority of the game without attacking anything. You just fucking mind trick everybody. It's like, oh, ATST? Oh, let me just charge up my saber throw and get it to where I can fucking execute it. It's dumb. It's great.
I can imagine if, like,
I want more video games like that.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, oh, Vader wanted Darth Starkiller dead. It's like, oh yeah, hey, 501st, come on. It's like, what the f***?
Oh, no, the 501st wouldn't even stand a chance because, oh god, clones. The only thing they would do is just aim better. Against Starkiller, there's a skill gap here that not even clones will be able to meet. But I still love Cody. I'm pretty sure this is a thing. Cody was one of the casualties on Kamino when Starkiller broke out.
Oh yeah.
Because he was there to train the new Stormtroopers. And he, like a bunch of clones, fucking hated Stormtroopers. Because they were recruited instead of just being clone troopers. And they were... Because when you recruit, you have to train them and they're not as good. Some will be great, but others will be... Quality control, mainly.
You know what? It's like the military.
It's quality control.
Who was ready for boot camp and who wasn't.
Yeah. It's the concept of quality control. And Cody, this was actually a quote from him. He basically said, I would trade an entire platoon of stormtroopers for one real clone trooper. Like, damn.
Damn, what about Phil, man?
Dude, Phil's pretty fucking cool,
Phil is fucking nuts. Like, Phil is like that one stormtrooper that's like, fuck this, fuck Vader, fuck Kylo Ren, fuck everything about Sith, I'm gone, and then just leaves. And he's like, hey, Ray, I'm gonna fall in love with you and help you now.
That's Finn, you moron.
I said,
Phil.
I said Finn.
You said Phil.
I said Finn.
You're gonna come back and hear
Finn.
this. You're gonna come back and hear this.
I definitely.
It will
said
say
Finn.
that you said Phil.
I definitely said Finn.
Like you're talking about like just a random stormtrooper named Phil. I'm like, well, yeah, Phil's pretty fucking cool.
No, I said Finn.
Anyway,
I said.
But that was the Force Unleashed.
I said Finn with a PH because he's fat.
I think we've pretty much said. Oh yeah, another thing is, just normal Galen Merrick Starkiller Force Unleashed 1. Here, let me just. Oh no, this Star Destroyer is going to kill me and my friends while we're on this junk planet.
Yeah, let me just pull that fucker out of the sky.
Like, dude!
He was nuts. He is just he is the Sith Lord.
God.
He just like looks at Palpatine. I will kill you one day. No, you won't.
Try me, bitch.
My apprentice will.
Oh man, Darth Starkiller is just too cool.
He really is.
Like there's normal Starkiller, then there's Darth Starkiller. It's like the one meme of like, what was it? Jake, cooler Jake.
Yes, Adventure Times memes. Finn with non-long hair. Finn with long hair.
Look, he had a fucking buzz cut after.
He did. And
got that shit cut off quick.
He's like, I've been growing the hair. The problem is he wore a hat the whole time, so his hair was growing, and he's like, he just kept putting the same hat on. He's like,
takes hat off, long, luscious golden locks.
I don't fucking like this.
It's fucking military.
Oh, this feels better.
The wind flowing through my now bald scalp.
The problem is Finn with long hair, definitely better. It's like so it was like fucking. It's funny because a lot of like not just animes but TV shows, for some reason if the protagonist has really long hair, he's a fucking menace.
He's either a fucking menace or he's going to eventually cut it off.
Yeah. Literally, no, because like the same thing happened in like Demon Slayer.
No, the same thing happened in Attack on Titan. It's like, oh yeah, Eren Yeager fucking grew out his hair. He's a fucking menace now.
Yeah. Then he cut his hair and it's like, shit. It's the same thing that happened with Demon Slayer, because Tanjiro like grew out his hair for the longest time, but when he went to go train as a Demon Slayer, he cut it. But the problem is, the same.
Your hair is where your power comes from.
It isn't even that. It was because his hair was so long. He looked like the guy that like scared the shit out of Michael Jackson.
The Cube.
Yes. No, he scared the shit out of he would scare the shit out of Muzan having long hair and Hanafuda earrings, because that's the motherfucker that almost killed him, destroying 1,600 out of 1,700 pieces of him when he exploded. So it's like, you want to give this man PTSD? Keep your long hair. You don't want to? Boo.
But going back to Star Wars, because now we veered off track.
It's fine, we always do
fucking
it.
anime.
You know what?
Goddamn nerd.
You're the one that said Adventure Time.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And this will go back to be a question for me, probably. What's your favorite Star Wars movie and why? Silence.
Yeah, this is gonna be
the deafening silence.
Yeah, the deafening silence that we're probably cut out because like we're both thinking.
Oh no, I already know what my
I
answer is.
definitely have like a couple that I'm like sifting through.
What is your favorite? Because we'll get to the shows, but we're talking movies here.
See, I feel like shit because I don't feel like it's any of the old movies. Like, it's definitely not 1 through 3.
It doesn't have to be the old movies.
No, but I enjoy the fight between like Kylo Ren and Luke. Like, I enjoy that fight. The fact that he's not there.
Yeah. This is the fucking.
The
you
fact
just got
like,
bamboozled.
Yeah, pretty much. But like that's really like funny to me.
Well, you're not gonna like the entirety of The Last Jedi for it.
Like the entirety of it. There's definitely parts where it's like, oh yeah. This is good. This is cool.
The Last Jedi was dog shit.
in most cases, yeah. There's like a couple, like there's that good fight.
Like I like to play devil's advocate for it because I'm just that asshole, but like in reality, the entire sequel trilogy was a goddamn mess.
Like yeah, we wanted to keep going with Star Wars. I definitely think it's either 5 or 6. It's one of them. I don't like New Hope.
Why would
New Hope
it be?
Kinda...
Why would it be 5 or 6? Or let's just say 6 for you.
Yeah, because I feel like 6. I feel like 6 is a lot better.
So why 6? It was just a good wrap up.
Yeah, I feel like the good wrap up with everything. Like at the end seeing, seeing the 3 ghosts.
Yeah, just fucking Anakin through Vader's helmet. Just go, my son.
Yeah.
No, I gotta save you. You already have by killing me because fuck, I didn't want to be this. You didn't kill him.
Yeah, he didn't.
Vader sacrificed himself by fucking grabbing Palpatine by the fucking spine and yeeting him.
He said, "I'm stronger than you."
Yeah, it's like, fuck you.
I'm stronger than you, and I'm gonna probably live to see my son as a ghost to me. Fuck you. But yeah, I feel like it was just a good wrap up to everything. Like Luke becoming really strong, fighting Vader, and then Vader realizing, oh hey, I might be a Sith Lord, and I might have been like an asshole to all the Jedi, but he is still my son.
Yeah, Vader redeemed himself. Man.
Yeah, he really did.
Oh man, my favorite Star Wars movie, it's a tie. I hate to say it. It's like what you said.
It's like between
tie.
2 of them.
It's between 2 of them. Episode 3.
Yeah.
And Rogue One. The reason
I watched Rogue One, but I didn't like watch it that in depth.
You know why I like it. We literally spent the first part of this podcast gushing about Episode 3. You know why I like Episode 3.
Yeah, Episode 3 is just good.
But the reason why Rogue One ties with it is because Rogue One was a Star Wars movie I always wanted but never could get. Well, it was the closest to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a Star Wars movie through the visage of like the soldier or like the mundane fuck. Like,
yeah.
I know that doesn't sound as entertaining, but like give us like the fucking viewpoint of the soldier. Have us see these guys do operator shit in Star Wars. Because we see fan films of it. It works. Like, there was this one animated fan film of these Republic commandos doing a fucking raid, essentially. Mm-hmm. And that was the closest we could ever get to something like that with Rogue One. There was no real, like, Jedi bullshit except for the end with Vader, but again, that was just fucking beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's always nice to see Vader just be comics Vader.
Yeah.
But
comics Vader is dumb.
For the majority of the movie, you just see it through the viewpoint of, well, I say through the soldier, but she's not a soldier. But the point is, like, most of the time, it's just soldiers. Like, you just see rebels fighting, like, Imperial machinery and Imperials, like when when one of the rebel soldiers like hit the AT-ST or like the AT-ST something. It was AT-AT. It was a version of the AT-AT, and he fucking shoots an RPG at it. It fucking hits like the canopy of it. It makes it just go. Then it makes it like slightly. It's like Batman punching Superman. When, like, there's no kryptonite, it's just... It looks back at the guy who shot him and just... Chew! It really just shows, like, the actual destructive capabilities of this machinery, of these soldiers, of their weapons. But it still has, like, some of the I am the Force is with me stuff with it. It's like, it still has the Force.
It still has the Star Wars aesthetic. It's just now it's more militaristic.
Yes, that's what I fucking want. I want more Clone Wars, but live action. I want to see more soldiers v. soldiers. And we can do that. Like, give us, like, a Republic Commando movie. Or, like, a Bad Batch movie and make it live action. people would fucking bust over that.
A lot of people would, because Rogue One was like something where I'm like,
Rogue One was a breath of fresh air for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason I liked it is because they said fuck it and killed everyone. They killed all of the protagonists that were introduced for that movie. That's something we rarely see.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it was like such a desperate like hell crawl to get the Death Star plans to Leia, like all the way from like all the Rogue One crew dying to like the Vader scene fighting a bunch of rebels trying to get the fucking Death Star plans. Like you could hear the fear and desperation in that one rebel's voice when he just screams, "Launch! Launch the ship!" God.
It's really like...
It's just good.
Yeah,
it's just fucking
like,
good.
No words.
They did that scene, that Vader scene perfectly. Just the dark fucking, like, you can't see him at all. You just hear his breath, and he activates his lightsaber, and they all just shit. You see all the rebels just shit their pants as one of them screams, "Open fire!" And you just see him fucking blocking everything and just dismantling them. Okay, got that question out of the way. Second question. TV show. Because now there have been a fair amount of Star Wars TV shows that have come out. There's been the Clone Wars, there's been Bad Batch, Mandalorian Season 1 and 2, Book of Boba.
See, I didn't watch Bad Batch, but besides that, I've watched
it's Clone Wars, but more.
Yeah.
It's more Clone Wars, which I honestly...
watched Clone Wars when it was coming out.
Everyone wants more Clone Wars.
Yeah. Clone Wars was good. Like, getting into it is hard, but like, if you're a diehard... Like, if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll have no trouble getting into
first... That's a thing with most TV series. The
if
start
you're
of
into
it is like...
Yeah.
Because the start of it's like the experimental stage. They're not knowing what they're really doing with this show. So, but typically it starts getting traction. They start know what they're doing after like the second or third season. That's when shit starts picking up.
Mm-hmm.
That's mostly a thing with like every series.
Mm-hmm.
The season 1's always the experimental phase. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They don't know how this show's gonna play out because how the fans like it is how they gauge how this is gonna go. Luckily for Star Wars, The Mandalorian fucking knocked it out of the park. Like, people loved Season 1, so everyone just looked at each other and said, okay, this is what they like, do more. Do more of it for Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to do more of it for Season 3.
Yeah, and it was the same thing with, like, the Obi-Wan stuff that came out. Honestly,
God.
like, if
the
I just...
Obi-Wan series.
Yeah, the Obi-Wan series is good, but, like, The
They started
Mandalorian
off
was
strong.
It really did.
The Obi-Wan series started off strong. For those who haven't seen Obi-Wan, spoilers, but it starts off with like a point of view of the Jedi. It literally starts off with like a Jedi Master and some younglings doing like monk Tai Chi bullshit. And then the door just slides open. A bunch of 501st troopers just barge in and start shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just... Like, holy shit. Like, this went from, like, 0 to 100 really fucking quick.
Like, even though Obi-Wan was, like, really good, mine was The Mandalorian.
It had to be. Yeah, I can see why.
Like, Obi-Wan is really good, but, like, I feel like if they came out at the same time, it would be more of like
it would be more
a toss-up.
Yeah. Why do you like The Mandalorian? Like which season? Season 1 or season 2 mainly? Because now that we actually have a show, but like generally
probably season 1, just like
how it started.
Yeah, not like how it started, but like the start is really good, and like how you get to learn
post-Empire, how the galaxy is working.
how everything's going.
Economically speaking, yeah, that too, because it's like, yay, we overthrew the Empire, but it's like, you do understand Imperial credits was like the main form of currency, right?
Yep.
How the galaxy's going through like almost this recession, if not economic crash. For me, I loved the Obi-Wan series. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely loved it.
It was great.
But the lineup was just so strong.
It started out really strong, and then I feel like it just faded a little bit.
Because the thing is, I can say a lot about the Obi-Wan series. It's not, but here's the thing, it's not my favorite. It's up there. It's really fucking up there because of one thing. Vader. Vader was fucking, like, oh my god, he was fucking horrifying. They got Vader perfect. This wasn't just the Vader, like, walking into the tentative, looking, going, you are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. No, this was, like, Vader just going on a rampage, like, oh, this child is trying to stop me from choking his dad. Here, let me just push this kid back, snap his neck casually. Just Vader casually snaps a kid's neck. Still killing younglings, man. Anyway, but they got it to where they made him comics Vader. They made him the fucking I am surrounded by fear and dead men Vader. It was just great. But that was the only thing that really stuck with the show. That and Ned, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like they always make the droids so lovable, and the droids they make you love are typically the droids they end up killing.
Yep. That's normally it.
But if I had to pick a favorite, again, it's a toss-up between Season 2 of The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. Obi-Wan is like
top three.
Like that, literally after those two,
it's
Obi-Wan. Actually, no, Obi-Wan's fourth because third is the Mandalorian season 1.
Yeah, that's why I don't look at Mandalorian as like 2 seasons. I look at it as like a whole if I'm trying to rate it.
Honestly, yeah, we probably should look at it like that. So like Mandalorian as a whole.
Yeah, Mandalorian, Book of Boba
Fett. Fucking great. But I try to go season based just to give the other shows a chance because the reason Mandalorian is so good is because of these 2 seasons being so fucking good.
Yeah. I feel like Clone Wars, even though it was like, oh yeah, it's a good part, it's canonic. It's canon in most senses.
Yeah, but if
it's still not like the greatest.
It
feels like
we like
filler.
it. We love it because we grew up with it. Well,
yeah,
I did. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with it?
I mean, it was around.
It was around when you were there, but
yeah.
like, did you like go out of your way to watch it?
I watched it when it was on.
Yeah. But like the thing is, for us, like we love it because we grew up with the Clone Wars. We were there, like sitting down at Cartoon Network, just
because we were there when because I think right before they started, like right as they ended season 1 of the Clone Wars, I remember vaguely that they did a marathon of all 6 Star Wars movies, and then they did season 2 like a month later. Which was like, oh hey, now you just got a bunch ton of Clone Wars stuff.
And then they canceled it after season 6.
Yeah.
And we did not have any more Clone Wars.
No, Ahsoka died. She didn't actually die.
She got kicked out. Well, no, she left the Jedi Order.
She left.
But
she left the Jedi Order to become.
But no, so see, like after that, the show got canceled, and we didn't get any more Clone Wars for years. Like they tried giving us a Band-Aid with Rebels, but it wasn't.
Rebels was not good enough.
It wasn't the same
to be a Band-Aid.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
Rebels was like a Band-Aid on like, oh, I have a
gunshot.
No, Rebels was like a Band-Aid. It's like, 'tis but a scratch.
Yeah.
That's really what Rebels was.
But then we got that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That trailer. For those who know the fucking trailer of literally just all of these clone trooper helmets, like the camera panning out and all these clone trooper helmets as they're like talking about, as you hear like all these clones yelling from the previous seasons, like all the clone trooper comm chatter.
I love how my woman stole my iPad when I fucking need that shit for D&D, but that's alright.
Sag.
Yeah, I know,
But-
I'm gonna go beat her ass.
Alright. Anywho, but like after seeing that trailer and saying like, and it says like season 7 coming to Disney Plus, and everyone just fucking lost their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like Clone Wars is back. Like no one cared about anything else, because the Mandalorian, they were like, oh, Mandalorian's a thing.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like because it was at that point where we were so dejected with Star Wars, because this was the point after The Last Jedi, after Solo, a Star Wars story, where we were just like this.
There's nothing.
There's nothing good. Nothing's good anymore. Star Wars is ruined. Fuck Star Wars. Stuff like that. And then we saw that trailer.
We saw the trailer for we saw the trailer for season 7, and then we saw that they're doing a new trilogy, and then we saw Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, and we saw all these things coming into fruition.
See, the thing is, like, the trailer for Clone Wars
I just
is
have a
what
love-hate
sparked.
relationship. I have a love-hate relationship with the new trilogy because, like, oh yeah.
Some parts of it are good.
Well, no, I don't hate it because of that. I hate it because my family watching it, because my family's like, oh my god, it's so good, and I'm like,
no, it's not.
and I'm like, I look at my mom and my dad, and I'm like, you guys know which Star Wars is the good one, and I just turn back and watch it. It's like, this could be better.
But it's like the Clone Wars trailer gave the spark of hope. Like, this could get better. Maybe they're turning around.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we didn't know anything about The Mandalorian.
No, we didn't.
We didn't know it would be as good as it fucking was.
Yeah, we had no clue. Like, we heard, oh, Mandalorian is coming out, and like when we look at it, it's like, oh yeah, it's Boba Fett.
It looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's a bounty hunter and Baby Yoda. That's cool.
No, Baby Yoda wasn't even a thing.
Yeah,
It wasn't even revealed until the last episode, or the first episode. And so we didn't know anything about The Mandalorian, so people didn't care. Because we were all just dejected with Star Wars at that point. But we saw that trailer. That gave us the hope.
Yeah, we saw the Clone Wars trailer, and we're like,
because we knew.
Yeah, we knew there was gonna be some sauce with that.
And then The Mandalorian came out, because The Mandalorian came out before Clone Wars. So The Mandalorian came out, it was actually good, and we were like, okay,
this is what
we're gonna stick around. We're gonna stick
literally,
around.
like, Mandalorian happened, and then season 7 of Clone Wars, and we're like, alright, I see why they left. They were doing some shit.
Yeah, so with The Mandalorian, because I'm gonna say this right now, yeah, the Clone Wars lit the spark, but The Mandalorian is what kept everyone here.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian is what saved Star Wars,
It really
in my
did.
opinion. Because if it wasn't for The Mandalorian to hold everyone's attention of actually being a good show, if it wasn't there to hold everyone...
She knows.
God damn it. If it wasn't for The Mandalorian to hold everyone's attention by the time Clone Wars came in, Star Wars would have just straight up perished.
Yeah.
No one would care.
Because it's like, oh yeah, we're trying to do a new trilogy. Well, we've been dejecting this long, so fuck you, we're gonna deject you now, because so waste
We're
your
just
money.
not gonna care anymore, because...
Waste your money, whores. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, because it's like, you've given us an entire trilogy of shit so far with the sequel trilogy, so it's like, we just don't care anymore. But then The Mandalorian came out and showed that modern Star Wars can actually be fucking good.
Yeah, it's actually viable.
Yeah. So, yeah, in my opinion, and that's why that's why you see The Mandalorian fucking everywhere now. He is now the poster boy of modern Star Wars. Because he saves Star Wars.
Essentially, yeah. He like, oh yeah, hey you guys, you're getting Clone Wars for I clicked that by accident, it's fine.
You were saying?
So it's like, hey guys, you get season 7 for Clone Wars.
We're like,
also,
oh sweet, you know?
awesome. We've been dejected for so long. Let's see how this goes. And then Mandalorian came out, and it's like,
holy shit! This could actually like.
So you're saving the Star Wars universe.
We knew Clone Wars would be good because we knew they would just be using the story arcs that they had already pre-done.
Yes.
We knew that'd be good. But there were some people that were just like, at this point, we don't care anymore. If there's no good Star Wars, if we have to wait this long to get some good Star Wars, we're just not going to wait and we're just going to say fuck it. But then The Mandalorian came out, they watched it and saw that modern Star Wars could be good. Can we fucking help you?
What? What do you want?
I can hear from downstairs.
Yeah, I know. Duh, that's kind of the point of like why we do this when no one's home. Okay.
You're bored? You?
Okay.
It's only one.
Go watch.
It's almost 2.
Go watch the rest of Star Wars.
Food before Haley's.
Yeah, food before Haley's. Haley's is at 4 and it takes me 10 minutes to get there.
This is going very well.
This is gonna get edited out.
See, the more you're here, the more Adrian has to do work.
Not really. It's more.
Or you can just leave it in.
Yeah.
We're professionals.
We swear.
Fuck!
Fuck!
God damn it!
Damn it!
Yeah, no, we're gonna get like food before Haley's at like 3:30. Go fucking get. You know where the fridge is. Go fucking help yourself. There's a half sub in there.
I don't want that stuff in the fridge.
That's too fucking bad. Then go drive. Oh wait, you can't.
We're almost done. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
say
just
I
go.
say this to you as a friend. Go away.
Go. We're literally gonna end at an hour and we're at 54 minutes.
I'm playing Star Wars with my friend. But yeah, honestly, The Mandalorian.
No.
But yeah, The Mandalorian is like probably mine.
The Mandalorian is what. It's like, oh yeah, when you think of like Star Wars throughout the generations, it's like, oh yes,
The Mandalorian.
Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke, Leia,
Because
Han Solo, Chewie, and then it's like, oh,
yeah, because
the Mandalorian.
Because when we saw The Mandalorian, well, at least when I saw it, I didn't just see it as like, oh, this is a really good Star Wars show. This isn't just a good Star Wars show.
This could be the
was
beginning of something.
This was a labor of love from everyone who actually made the show, because everyone who worked on The Mandalorian were like avid Star Wars fans who knew what Star Wars fans want. Like Jon Favreau, Taika Waititi,
Yeah.
like all these fucking like really good fucking people who know what the fuck they're doing.
Yep.
With Star Wars actually worked on this. And holy shit,
It actually fucking worked.
no one pushed agendas.
No.
It was just good for the sake of being good. There were no agendas being pushed. There was no woke bullshit.
There was no reason to push agendas either. There was like,
They had
all
and you want to
the
know the
time
best
in the
part?
world.
No woke bullshit.
And there were still strong female characters who were absolutely fucking awesome.
yep.
Cara Dune, Bo-Katan, Casca Reeves, Fennec, like Ahsoka fucking Tano, like
Yeah.
all these female characters who were all badass. Literally in season 2.
I still love that Ahsoka's like one of the only Jedi that actually gave a fuck to dual wield, and everyone else is like, fuck that. That looks weird. Why do you want to become a Sith? And she's like, I don't want to. I just think it's cool that I can do it because I have the reflexes too.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it is actually canon that Togrutans are like really flexible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They have the most dexterity. They have high dexterity.
High
so,
dex.
Well, no.
You're
genuinely,
born
they're
with a
just-
proficiency in dex.
They're born with a proficiency in dual wielding.
Oh my gosh, but
One of these times I'm gonna fucking hit your toes.
But yeah, it's just the fucking like The Mandalorian got so much right with not just Star Wars, but with like good storytelling in general. Like there were setups, there were payoffs, you know.
Yep.
And whenever Mando would get something new in his arsenal, you would see him fucking use it. Like
yeah,
the
it
whistling.
wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna get something
use it.
new.
Oh yeah, get something new, use it once, never use it again. No, like you see him utilize everything in his arsenal. His flamethrower, his whistling birds, his war crime disintegration rifle. Like
yeah, because why would we give Mando a
He
war
gets
crime
some-
disintegration
it's like-
rifle?
he gets something new, this fucker's gonna use it. Why? Because he's a bounty hunter
And not just that, he's a Mandalorian. Weapons are his religion.
Yep. Have you ever tried to give weapons to a Jedi? No. So I'm gonna teach you how to do it.
We need to see live action slug throwers. I know that those are basically just normal firearms, but like
I think it's
we just
funny.
see like a Sith Inquisitor try to like deflect a fucking But yeah, no, it's just you see him like the Mandalorian Jedi War. You just see you see like, oh no, these Jedi are like deflecting our blaster bolts. You just see the one Mandalorian walk in, fucking loading a 12 gauge, fucking racks a shell. Parry this, you fucking space wizard.
That is how that would go.
That is how that would go. So
You feel like
I think we've covered quite a bit.
yeah, we'll try to not like give you guys a month span in between, because for us we get too much to talk about,
And I
and
work.
then yeah, you work, and then I'm getting a new job, so
hopefully
and then
hopefully next time we talk, we're gonna touch on that Transformers D&D.
yeah, we're gonna touch on Transformers D&D. Also, next Saturday is when we're starting my D&D from scratch.
Oh fuck, that's
So
actually happening.
that's happening next week. So that's gonna be fun.
My schedule is. I'm sorry. I tried. My schedule's not getting normalized.
It's fine. It's all right. As long as you have like Saturday afternoon until like 8 o'clock.
Oh no, I can do that. It's just that I'll need a ride. It's basically gonna be the same thing with Haley's campaign.
Where
I'm
I just
gonna,
give you a ride to work
Yeah,
after
I'll just need
instead
a
of
ride to
bringing you
work.
home.
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy like our rambling. And
Enjoy
shit.
our rambling and our ooh and awing over Darth Starkiller and all
Yeah,
this
because Darth Starkiller is like one of those things where
fucking
it's
menace.
like, hey, you want to make Darth Starkiller really good? Put him in DC and give him like something. I don't fucking know.
You just put him in DC.
Yeah.
You just have a great old time.
He would have a lot of fun.
But you should not have given me this much power sitting in the chair, being in front of the microphone. Because I can do things like this now.
You don't already do
Just
that?
go, yeah, just don't already.
You don't already go. Yeah, this has been a fun time.
This has been a very fun time.
So, anyways, after our oohing and ahhing over Starkiller and
Over
episode
Star
3.
Wars in general.
Yeah.
There might be another one where we just talk about like the newer Star Wars shows once they actually start fucking coming out, like season 3 of Mando, Bad Batch season 2, because that got a trailer that came out, and of course the Cassian Andor show that's coming out.
Yep.
You know,
Star Wars AK-47.
just
And then next week we might talk about the Transformers D&D that you and Mike are gonna do, and then
that's
you
gonna
know how my D&D went the day
Oh, no.
before.
Once I get that book, I am studying the shit out of it. I'm going to get as proficient as I can with it, so that way I can start homebrewing items and stuff like that. Oh, it's going to be great.
Man, it is. That's literally what I've been doing for them, is homebrewing items and changing up the story to where it might
It's like
fit their play style a bit better.
It's like you open up a chest. What's in the chest? It's a thing called the riot cannon. What's a riot cannon? It's basically a fusion cannon, but it's not.
But it's better.
It's kind of like a fusion cannon. Oh.
Anyways, we will see you guys.
Yeah. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.